Hey guys, ClimaxCombo here, starting up leaks of the week again. My name's Checkers.
And your boy Licious Kid is here.
Cool. I'm glad you're here with me.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Anyways, um, the leaks for Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is starting, and as you guys might already know, I am already planning to get this set, ordering boxes and a place or two TV pluses. So I'm pretty excited for these leaks.
Any hopes for this set, Checkers? Anything you kind of want to look forward to, flavor wise or playstyle wise?
I hope there's a cool standby build. I don't really have any standby decks right now.
Okay, fair enough. You don't.
No. So
What about a green deck? You don't really have a green
no,
deck either.
I don't like gold bar.
Too clunky sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't like green as a color.
I guess I don't ever see you wear anything green. Fair enough.
Dang. All right. But I don't know. I'm hoping for a cool Elma card.
Eruma? Oh, you like her?
She's my favorite.
She's your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
They're all pretty good, but I think I have to go with Tohru. No, Faf-kun.
You're tight.
He's the best. He's my favorite.
He's pretty up there.
He's my favorite character.
Oh my god.
He's so sick. He should have a spin-off anime.
Jeez. Starting off with March 9th, we have this 0-0 Kobayashi double R yellow. Her first effect is continuous. If you have another 2-1 Tohru, all your other human or dragon characters get plus 1k power. A startup ability, 2 startups. You can rest her. If you have 4 or more other human or dragon characters, then draw 1, discard a card. And her last effect is a brainstorm. Pay 1, rest herself. Flip over the top 4 cards of your deck, and for each climax, you can salvage a character. So this 2-1 Tohru will talk about in a second. But that effect is pretty awesome. That 2-1 Tohru is decent, and having a scaling brainstorm level 0 into the late game, like it gives 1k global, is pretty amazing, I would say. And the other 2 effects are great. You can brainstorm, and if you don't need to brainstorm, you can just draw 1 ditch and filter out your hand. It's a very solid level 0 card to have in your back row throughout the game. And as far as that 2-1 Tohru that level 0 refers to, she has 2500 power. When your other human or dragon character attacks, you can declare a number equal to or lower than the number of markers underneath this card, and that character will get 1k and plus X soul, where X is the number of essentially markers or lower under this card. Her other effect is a ClimaxCombo. We don't know what the climax is, but at the start of your attack phase, if you have 4 or more other human or dragon characters, you can pay 1, send that climax to the waiting room. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose 3 human or dragon characters from among them, show them to your opponent, add them to hand, and send the rest to waiting room. Then put 1 card from the top of your deck underneath this card as a marker. So, kind of a wonky card, a little complicated, but essentially it's like an assist, right? You're gonna try and combo, and depending on what the climax is, it could make this even better. But you're pretty much paying 1 to get the marker, and from then on, you at least, whenever your characters attack, they get plus 1k plus 1 soul each time. And if you do the combo over and over again, you can add the soul up, so you can give things plus 2 soul, plus 3 soul, maybe over the course of the game if you keep comboing. But just with 1 combo, it kind of is already paying for itself. If it combos with a choice, which a lot of yellow cards do nowadays, you do have to kill the 1k one, so you're not getting it for that turn. But since the marker's essentially guaranteed, you are still getting the 1k one. And if it combos with a stock 1 soul, that climax gives all your characters plus 1 soul for the rest of the turn, so it doesn't matter if you kill that climax. So you're essentially giving things +2 soul that turn if you want.
And her combo's free at that point because you
Yeah.
automatically pay the 1, which is kind of neat.
So there's a lot of potential with this card, and I think it's very good. Comboed with the level 0 Kobayashi as well. You pretty much, that's 2k global. Like if you think about it, with just one climax combo, that's a pretty scary late game assist engine going on back there. It's pretty sick.
And usually brainstorms are dead in your hand after you have one on the field, but then once you have the 2-1 Tohru, if you put Kobayashi in the front, that's like something they have to answer, you know? It's already like another really strong front row 1k global if you think about it. So these Kobayashis actually kind of do have value if you do decide to run this Tohru engine with Kobayashi. And even if for some whatever reason this Kobayashi or the Tohru combos like +2 soul and kind of kills it, Kobayashi is still really good as a standalone card. So I think no matter what Tohru combos with, like Kobayashi is just such a sick card. But it really depends on what she combos with. So I mean, but there's a good chance it'll be choice or stock soul. So I think this combo does have potential for sure. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's exciting. This is tight already.
And you'll see throughout the leaks that I feel like Kobayashi kind of has this theme where they kind of have a lot of options with their climax combos. Like the Tohru has declare X in this one for how many markers, and the level 3 we're gonna see too in a bit has a declare X as well. So might be kind of the playstyle they're going for, which is actually really neat.
Next up, we have this awesome level 3 Tohru. 10k power. Heals on play. Climax combo with this choice. On attack, if you have another human or dragon character, you can choose one of the following 2 abilities. Either deal 1 damage to your opponent or pay 2, discard a card, and you declare a number and deal X, which is the number you declared, to your opponent. So honestly, this card is super amazing. I think it heals and it has a finisher combo, which is great. But the versatility in the combo is what sets it over the top, I think. Dealing 1 costless is nice to have. Like it's a great level 3 to pull out in the early stages of level 3 when you need to heal up and you start doing some damage without paying for anything. But at the same time, it also has the option to pay 2 ditch to deal exactly the damage you want. So you can hit for precise numbers. You can do a lot with this card. There's a lot of flexibility. And this card, I think, is super amazing.
Agreed. I think this card's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty sick. Declare X. That's kind of wild. Like
they're out 8, deal 10.
Yeah, no, honestly, that can't happen because there's times when your opponent's like 2-5 and you know they're like running dry on climaxes, but you just mathematically can't push enough damage, you know? But you won Tohru, declare 20 or something, you know? GG, man. Your opponent just scoops.
It's pretty tight.
It's actually super sick. But yeah, even just the on ping deal 1, so you could just like, if you have 3 Kobayashi, ping 1, and the last one you could declare. Kind of one of a kind where you can just declare anything. So yeah, really looking forward to this.
Beautiful.
This Kobayashi's number 1 and Tohru's number 3, so maybe the other yellow double R, number 2, will probably be a level 1, since that's how the numbering goes. The lower levels are first, then the higher levels are later. So probably like a level 1 good climax combo with some kind of choice engine is what I'm feeling here. But overall, really great cards. Oh wait, we got more for Monday or for this day. Holy crap.
It was pretty much all the ones they showed on that stream.
Oh, on that live stream, huh? Well, all these cards are really dope.
Next up, this green Tohru, 0/0. 500 in front assist. And you can pay 1 to send her to the waiting room to look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose a human or dragon, add it to your hand, and send the rest to waiting room. Very solid level 0 to have. It's nice that it's a 500 in front assist, and whenever you need to use the pseudo brainstorm to grab something else, you have that option there. It's a very solid level 0 to have.
Agreed.
Pretty simple card, but very nice.
Always a welcome addition.
Next up, this double Kanna, 1/0 red, 4k power. During your turn, she gets plus 2k power, and she combos with the gate or door. If you have 4 or more other human or dragon characters, perform the following 2 effects once in any order. Choose a human or dragon character in your waiting room, add it to hand. And the other effect, you can choose one of your opponent's level 1 or higher characters. If you do, your opponent chooses a level X or lower character in their waiting room and swaps the 2 characters, where X is equal to the level of the character chosen by you minus 1. We've seen this kind of effect on like the Ayame from Hololive, where
Level 1 Saki.
And the level 1 Saki from Zombieland. It's a pretty cool way of dealing with a card that could give you trouble power-wise, and especially in like a standby or early plays, you can kind of get rid of that advantage that they have. And the fact that you can do that on top of salvage, which is part of, this level 1's combo, it's kind of cool. Like, you get a lot out of this one card. The only difficult part is, having a full field, but I don't think it's too hard. And yeah, I mean, this combo's pretty cool. 6k on attack, 7k with the combo. It's pretty solid, pretty nice. I think it's a very good card. Very good level 1.
I think it's pretty neat. Kind of hoping maybe if they have like really good zeros, like runners or like 3/5s, so they can stick around. Because it kind of sucks when your board gets wiped and you enter level 1, and then you can't really hit a full field because sometimes you just get rushed to level 1 by like turn 2.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anything on your board, it might be hard to fulfill 4 characters and a gate. That's a lot of cards in your hand, So if they have a runner or like level 0s that are sticky and hard to get rid of, then, or like a clean cut, then I think this Kanna will be better. But if their 0s are just complete garbage and you just keep getting wiped every turn, might be a little harder.
Yeah.
But this card is really cool, but the full field thing might be a little difficult. And of course, you do have to reverse something. And so as the game gets longer and longer, and your opponent is playing standby, and they there's going to be a point where they make an unkillable board at times. Then this Kanna just kind of sucks. But overall, I think it's interesting and it has potential too.
0/0 Iruru. On play, you can discard a card, search your deck for a copy of herself, place it on stage, and she gets plus 1k power. And at the end of your turn, send her to waiting room. I think this card's pretty interesting. I think it's a nice level 0 to have. There's some things that make it pretty good. Like when she searches for herself, it'll be a 3/5, and it's kind of cool just to bring that out of your deck. It does go to waiting room, so you don't really get to keep that beat stick around, but I think it's pretty interesting. It kind of definitely falls off. Like, after that, it's like you don't want to be filling up your stage with this Iruru. So I don't know. All in all, card not that great, but it's cool.
It's a cool uncommon for sure. So I guess we can't be too upset with this. It's kind of neat. It's an interesting idea for sure.
And this is a way to fill up your field a bit. Because you only have to you're breaking even, and you don't have to pay anything for it. I think that's initially what I thought was so cool about it. Because you're not paying anything. You're just pulling out another 3/5 attacker. So I think early on it is really good. But yeah.
I mean, if anything, it's red, so maybe Iruru is gonna have like a standby play style. So the one you bring out first, you attack, and then
the one that's
you stand by over it because she's gonna go to the waiting room at the end of turn anyways. So maybe that's what they're going for. So I think we just have to see what other 0s, and if Iruru, or if they have a good standby option, and the rest of their 0s are kind of doo-doo, then maybe they'll run this. But I mean, you kind of have to run this at 3 or 4 to make it consistent, though. And it kind of takes a lot of deck space. But just something to think about maybe for standby decks. So we'll see. So next up, we got the best boy, Faf-kun here. Kind of hoping he gets a double R and kind of hoping he gets better cards than this, but we'll see. He's a guy, so he's prone to getting shit cards. Anyways, 2-1, Fafnir Makoto, 4,500 power. It's a level assist in front, and second effect, you can arrest him. If you do, choose one of your characters. It gets plus 1k for the turn. It's pretty whatever. It's nothing really spectacular that we haven't really seen. It's a whole lot of power in one card. How valuable that is in this set, we'll see. But as of right now, it's a pretty whatever card. I'd rather have a back row card with more utility. Next up, we got this pretty interesting card. 3-2, 9-5, Faf-kun. He has 2 effects. First one, so when your character's trigger checks reveal a gold bar, you can pay 1. If you do, deal 1 to your opponent. Second effect, when he reverses an opponent's character by battle and you have the gold bar, your climax zone, you can pay 3, ditch 1. If you do, restand him. And you can only use that restand effect once per turn, so you can't just keep restanding him. Overall, this card is I think it's a really cool card. I like the idea of a level 3 gaining an extra effect when you trigger check a gold bar. Because at level 3, you are kind of more likely to trigger check climaxes because you are so compressed. And it works with any gold bar. So if you choose to run Fafnir in an 8 gold bar deck and you have 3 Faf-kuns, that's like 1-1-1. Okay, wait, this card's actually kind of sick. wait. But on top of that, you get the double attack. Pay 3, ditch 1. If you kill something, then you get the restand. I mean, I think this card's cool, but I don't know how good it is. He doesn't really have any on-play effects like a heal. If he had a discard to stock heal, I think it would have been better because both of his effects require stock, and that second effect requires a hell of a lot of stock. You're really not going to get 2 Fafnirs off and use both of their second effects. That's just way too much stock, especially you're going to be running probably 8 gold bars with him. So you're not going to be running choice to gain any extra stock along the way. So, I mean, this card is just a rare, so it's, not going to be like the best card in the set or super crazy, but I really like the idea of this card. But how good it is, I'm not too sure. I don't really think it's gonna be that good, but hopefully maybe Bushiroad can kind of take this idea a little further and maybe expand on it in future sets. But I think it's a really cool card. We'll see. Maybe when the whole set comes out, we can try making a Fafnir deck if possible. But to go along with that, this next card, this 2-1 Makoto, kind of synergizes with Fafnir. 2-1 6k. He gets plus 1k for each other human or dragon character, so he can be 10k of the full field. And he has an effect, when this card attacks, if you have the 3-2 Fafnir on the field, you can look at up to 2 cards on top of your deck and choose up to 2 cards from amongst them, place them on top of your deck in any order, and send the rest to waiting room. I don't think this card's that great. As a standalone card, this card's kind of doo-doo. I mean, he's just 2-1 10k, 1 soul, which is not good enough to run in nowadays meta, or honestly really ever. And the second effect only works with the Fafnir on the field. And even then, it's just like, this card is only usable at level 3. And he costs a stock. If he was like a costless card, then it would have been better, because Fafnir already costs so much stock. So if he was like a 1-0, that was like 6k, or like even like a 105k would have been better. But him having to cost 1 stock as well is no good. Like, this card is just not good enough. I think if you want to make the Fafnir deck, you're just better off not running Makoto, because you're going to need that extra stock for Fafnir. So, yeah, I just wouldn't run it. And lastly, we have this other Fafnir card. Pretty funny scene from the anime. Him trying to sell his cursed books at Comiket. 2-1 6k, 2 effects. First effect, for each of your opponent's back row character, he gets plus 2k, so he can be 10k. Second effect, at the start of your encore phase, if you do not have any other rested characters in your front row, you can pay 1. If you do, rest him. This card I don't think is that good. 2/110k, like we said, it's not good enough, and the fact that it's dictated by your opponent makes it that much worse. And him possibly sticking around for an extra stock is also, in my opinion, not good enough. So overall, pretty weak card. The triple R art of this card is hilarious though, but hopefully Checkers doesn't pull that.
I'm down.
All right, he's down. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, and that's it for this day.
Next up, 1-0 Tohru, 4500 base. When this attacks, she gets plus X power, where X is the number of your other human or dragon characters times 500. So max, if you have a full field, is 2k. And her other effect is when she's sent from stage to waiting room, you can pay 2, choose a human or dragon character from your waiting room, and add it to hand. Pretty whatever card. Generic effects, and the fact that she's the only one, like she only gets power herself. She can't just give it to someone else. Kind of sucks. 6/5 on attack. It's just whatever. It's not like super useful.
I wish she would at least get 500, including herself, if they're gonna limit it to just herself. Like,
yeah,
why not give it if you're only gonna, give it for every other? It's just kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Next up, the 0-0 Kobayashi, red, 2500 base. On play, pay 1, discard a climax to choose a climax from your waiting room. Generic effect, but always useful. Hand? Oh yeah, add it to hand. Sorry. Climax swapper. It's fine, and 2/5 base is pretty cool for this card. So definitely usable. Definitely something to slot in. If you
definitely I would always almost consider it a tech 1, honestly, because the consistency of your game ending and just everything just goes up with these cards, I think.
I'm down for a Maid Dragon Rare of this Kobayashi.
Let's go. That 2/5 base though is not balanced. This is a start power creep, because I'm pretty sure most of these are 2k. At least the ones I run are 2k. So this is a balance, guy. Someone needs to choice this card already.
Nah. And next up, 1/1 green Kobayashi from the TD, 2/5 backup. That's it.
Busted.
Yeah, broken.
It's got 1 soul, or it's got a soul trigger.
They all 1/1 backups do.
Oh shit! I don't know. I don't play 1/1 2/5 backups. But that's it for this week, guys.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Checkers, overall this week?
I'm pretty damn excited. I like the double R's a lot, and I'm just looking forward to seeing the rest of the cards. I'm so happy. I'm ready for this set.
Pretty strong start. I agree. We have a good picture of what Dragon Maid is kind of going for, and it seems cool. I guess that's it for this one, guys. Pretty short week because it kind of started in the later half, and a lot of these cards are kind of whatever, but still pretty cool. But we'll catch you guys real soon, guys. Peace out.
Peace.